Harry Potter has had the benefit of an excellent female friend since he was 11 years old. Hermione Granger has given him moral support, excellent advice, and loyalty. Her brains have saved him many times. Harry cares for her a great deal and needs Hermione in his life. She has sworn to remain at his side during his final quest to rid the world of Voldemort. She even attempted to explain the mysterious ways of girls to him when he was 15. Yet at 16, Harry picked Ginny Weasley to be his romantic partner. Why was Ginny the one? Welcome to Uphill, and today we'll be looking at the kiss between Ginny Weasley and Dean Thomas. The love lives of the three main characters are obviously important to the plot of the movie, and while Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger have a pretty intense love story, Harry Potter himself ends up with quite a passionate love affair with Ginny Weasley, who almost has a love affair with Dean, another boy at Hogwarts instead. The argument is that people don't fall in love when they're children, they get crushes. But for Ginny, this wasn't the case. The first time she and Harry interacted, she ran out of the room without a word. Following this, Ginny never had anything to say other than blush. And when they grew up a bit, her feelings for Harry only intensified. The two first met when Ginny was 10 years old and Harry was on his way to Hogwarts for the first time. As luck would have it, he asked Mrs. Weasley for help, and Ron, recognizing the boy he saw on the platform, chose to sit with Harry on the train, and that led to their friendship, which ultimately set the stage for Harry and Ginny to be together. But before Harry showed up at the Burrow in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Ron mentioned all she'd done was talk about how awesome Harry was, despite only having seen him once before. And for the next 3 years, she'd continue this idolizing over doing something productive like getting a life, and while she was busy with that, Harry was also busy doing something else. Although he was very much attracted to Ginny, but that wasn't the first time he was physically attracted to a girl. It happened for the first time in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, where Harry first laid eyes on Cho and began blushing. This attraction lasted for 2 more years, and during that time, Harry didn't give 2 hoots about what Ginny was doing. Due to this, Ginny was pretty much an absentee character around this time. From Prisoner of Azkaban to Order of the Phoenix, Harry only had eyes for Cho Chang. All his romantic thoughts were dedicated solely to her, and one of his main motivations in Goblet of Fire to win the tournament was to win her admiration. In Order of the Phoenix, Harry finally started dating Cho, only for it to be a nightmare. It was only after this that he turned his attention toward Ginny, who had waited for Harry without any luck. After she figured there was no hope in getting Harry at all, she grew some personality by being more fierce in disposition, perfecting hexes and spells like the Reducto Curse, and forming friendships and relationships of her own.
Against a variety of opponents. Fantastic, Ginny!
One of which was her relationship with Dean, which she went into to make Harry jealous, but it was further complicated when Harry and Ron came upon her and Dean locked in a tight embrace after Quidditch trials, which resulted in a loud shouting match between Ron and Ginny about her promiscuity. Ron was actually just being a prat because he'd never kissed a girl before, but Ginny was angry because Harry had witnessed her being close to Dean. Dean was presented as a good friend to Harry who spoke his mind and was an all-around likable person, which made his relationship with Ginny sort of heartbreaking when you look at it from his point of view. Although we've always seen the end of their romance as a stroke of luck on Harry's part, Ginny might well have been Dean's first girlfriend. She was the first one mentioned in the novels. But despite all that happened, Dean's unwavering support of Harry still stood, even though it may have been difficult for him as Ginny and Harry soon began dating after their breakup. But Dean was basically just a placeholder until Ginny could snag Harry, so the fact that the same guy walked in on her doing stuff embarrassed her greatly. Ron shouting about it just made things worse. In Half-Blood Prince, Harry, Ron, and Hermione head to a pub, the Three Broomsticks. While they survey their surroundings, Harry spots Ginny in a corner booth with Dean. The two look pretty intimate and actually share a kiss while Harry is watching them. But the kiss isn't really anything special. In fact, it's pretty tame. Were it not for the fact that Harry and Ginny so obviously belonged together, the kiss could have been okay. But because this was an imperfectly paired couple, fans would consider it one of the best. After Ginny broke up with Dean, Harry started to wonder if there would ever be time to ask her out, especially given Ron's attitude towards her boyfriends. Once or twice, Harry considered asking for Hermione's help, but he did not think he could stand seeing the smug look on her face. He thought thought he caught it sometimes when Hermione spotted him staring at Ginny or laughing at her jokes, and to complicate matters, he had the nagging worry that if he didn't do it, somebody else was sure to ask Ginny out soon. Ginny showed off a lot in Order of the Phoenix and Half-Blood Prince about how feisty she was and how boys wanted her. But it took Harry just one move to win her. At the very end of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Harry chose to break up with Ginny to avoid her getting into any trouble with Death Eaters, and Ginny revealed she didn't care if her life was on the line. Her reasoning was that she never gave up on him, after pretending from Order of the Phoenix that she wasn't interested in him anymore and that she always hoped that he would take an interest in her, but the two ultimately got back together and eventually ended up together, birthing wonderful kids. So what do you think of this kiss between Dean and Ginny? Do you think J.K. Rowling was harsh on Dean? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.